I can't believe that a younger version of me once thought that my whole life was going to be perfect. My whole life was going to be figured out, perfect, and on the way to a coasting success by the time I was 40. Heck, by the time I was 35. And what a load of bullshit that was, right? We all think at a certain age in our youth that there's this magic number that once we reach it, everything's going to be right. Your relationship, your marriage, if you wanted one, is going to be right. Kids, if you wanted them, they were going to be right. Your job, your career, and everything was going to be this perfectly planned linear line toward what your goals and desires were. And the crazy thing is, I almost believed it. I almost believed that, once I did. I'm not even going to lie, but none of that's true. Almost no one, no matter where you come from, what background, whether you had money or didn't have money, no one's life goes in a straight line. No one is out there, if they're married, that never had a marriage problem before, that didn't have a health problem before, a surprise at work, kids acting up, parents acting up. All of these things, especially when you get towards the middle of your life, like where I am, 44, is that, we see all these perfect presentations online that make you feel bad, that make you feel like you're not doing enough because you're not traveling here, or you're not doing enough because your marriage isn't picture perfect, or you're not doing enough because you're not constantly climbing some ladder, making more and more money, bigger houses, that you're not making enough, that you're not getting, more money, bigger houses, fancier cars, bigger, more fantastic vacations than other people. Those are all things that you really shouldn't be focused on too much, because what we see of most people is not the complete truth. And I say all that to say that if you have had this nagging feeling that you want to start over, that you want to try something different, that you just want to rip everything apart and start over, if there's a voice in your head that's telling you that it's too late, it's a lie. It's lying. You can start over at any time. You can break away from people that you've been with for a long time. If they no longer serve you, whether that's people at work, people at home, blood relatives, it doesn't matter. It's never too late to protect your peace. I have had to do this several times, or I've chosen to do this several times in my life. The most recently would have been about 2 years ago when I decided to break up with the United States. That was not the original plan, to be honest with you. The original plan was to leave, travel for a little while, and then come back. But the thing that happened was, the longer I was away, the less I wanted to go back. The more I was outside of that capitalistic go, work yourself to death to prove you're somebody, the more I was away from that, the less I wanted to return. And leaving everything behind did not come without hiccups. It did not come without some uncomfortable bumps along the way, but it was a risk that I took to have a better life, and I do have a better life. Am I in the same social circles that I used to be? Kind of, sort of, but not really. I'm not in these high-end places paying thousands of dollars per plate to be in a room with celebrities and wealthy people, but I have wealth in other ways. I have peace of mind. I have better quality food. I have better quality sleep. I have time to do what I want because I chose to downsize my life. And a lot of people really didn't understand that. I had family members who were like, why would you sell this house? Why would you do this? Why don't you rent it? What are you doing? And they didn't get it, because we had two different value systems. And this is very, very important to know when you are talking to other people about your thoughts, ideas, and feelings. If your value systems don't align, they may give you terrible advice for you, right? Because I'm at a point where I value my time more than I value money. Money's still important, don't get me wrong, but I value my time more. So the reason I did not want to keep my house and rent it out is I don't want to be anybody's landlord. I don't want to deal with that. I wanted to cut ties and just move on. More importantly, having the big house and the luxury cars was not a luxury, not a status symbol for me anymore. I could care less about any of that stuff. Younger me desired all of those things. I worked very, very hard to earn and achieve those things. And it was great until it wasn't. So I did not have any qualms about saying, I don't want this anymore. And that's okay. So, I'm just relaying this because this is a life lesson that I feel like many people learn too late, or they never learn at all. But it's okay to change. It's okay to start over. It's okay to say this worked for me until it didn't, or I did want that, but I don't anymore. And just because someone else doesn't understand it doesn't make it wrong. And having the courage to try and experiment and tweak and move things around in your life is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Way better than staying where you are and living with regret. So don't listen to that voice or anybody else telling you it's too late. That's a lie.